New experiences and activities. That can be kind of hard to achieve because a lot of times someone who has autism would be so fixated on one certain thing that all they can think about is this, and would talk about it nonstop. New experiences and activities. That can be kind of hard to achieve because a lot of times someone who has autism would be so fixated on one certain thing that all they can think about is this, and would talk about it nonstop. So this is why I was thinking of this building blocks of transitioning, theoretical transitioning from one thing to another. I'll give you an example. So if someone who has autism is really interested in this one particular game that's about basketball, then there would be a new experience and probably a new activity that can be interested in by actual basketball. So what's a transition? A good transition would be playing video games at home to playing video games at the arcades. Now, let's give it a little example. So one video game for the home would be all about basketball. So you really like and enjoy playing this game about basketball, and how about if you play basketball from at home on a video screen to playing basketball in the arcades? There are some games out there that involve playing basketball on the screen, so you can do that. And then the transition from playing at home to the arcades on the screen to the actual playing basketball where you shoot at the hoops by you, no screen necessary. So that's an example of a transition. Hey, you still like basketball, right? Well, here's the next level for you. It's going from home the screen to the arcade screen to actual hoops on the basketball. Now, what's the next transition of that? How about going to an actual basketball court, where you can still hear, where you can hear the basketball echoes that they hear at the court, and it's a much higher hoop, and you get to play with others or by yourself, either or, and just shoot the hoops from there. So that's an example of a new experience and new activity. You go from playing video games that involves basketball to actual playing basketball. See, that's an example. There's always these little transitions that go from there, while keeping a similar theme to the activity or experience of choice. Another example would be watching movies. So there's different experience of watching movies, whether it be watching movies at home or watching it at the theater. However, the main difference is that at the movie theaters, it's usually a little bit louder. It's usually a little bit much more of a bigger screen, and most people with autism don't really quite handle it. They're not fully ready for that kind of experience at the moment, and this process can take years until they feel like they are fully ready for that experience, that activity. It's still the same theme. It's just different experience of doing so. Another example is going from home to the park, to the beach, to town, and to the city. See, we're getting this little pattern right here where it's like beginner, intermediate, and expert. So the city part is the expert category. If you feel fully ready for the city, then you might be ready to take on the expert level. And you always have to, just start out small. Just start out very slow when it comes to going from home to the park, to the beach, to town, and to the city. It just takes one step at a time, even if it takes years and years of getting all the way to the city at that particular time. So keep in mind, when it comes to new experiences and new activities, be sure to find the activities that are logical and that have similar themes, but different in the slightest. And that's why I recommend too. Just give it a try. Even if it's even if you go from going to play video games from home to the arcades, Sometimes you can try things that may not ever work. If you feel like, hey, my kid's ready for the city, give it a try. If it's unsuccessful, it's unsuccessful. You just learn from it, go back, and then go step by step of the different patterns of transitioning all the way to the city. And I know you can be successful on that.